Have you ever been through something in your life that caused a lot of pain? I mean, a ton of pain that you may have gotten from your mom, dad, or whomever. But later on in life, you can realize that you're passing that exact pain that you got to somebody else. Have that ever happened? Have you ever been conscious of the pain you pass to somebody else? Well, this video is about that. So stay tuned. My name is Cyrus Ausar, and my mission is to embody the emotion of overcoming. I believe we all fight battles we hide from the world. My objective is to help you win those battles through perspective. Stay tuned. Too many times I've seen people hurt by things that was done to them in the past. And then too many times I see them not recognize that they're doing that exact same thing to other people. It's amazing how I speak in schools where kids will tell me, I feel like my mom is not treating me right, or I don't feel like my dad isn't there for me, and all these different types of things. And you can look up 5, 6, 7 years later, and they're doing the exact same thing that they hated. They absolutely hate it. I've met people that hate their dads, and then they grow up and become them, and vice versa with their mother. So how do we break this cycle of pain that we're passing to others? When we see people going through something, like I said, I've been through something like that. I did not want to pass that pain to other people, so I had to be conscious of it. Where you going through things and you get neglected, it hurt deeply, and you can feel inside, you know what, I'm gonna make sure nobody else has to go through this. I won't cause it, at least. If it happens, it's not gonna be by my doing. And then we can do it without even realize that we're doing it, because it won't be significant to us at the time. Like I mentioned in videos before with parents and whatnot not showing up to basketball games and how much it can hurt. Next thing you know, I won't show up to none of my younger brothers. Now that wasn't the case, but I'm using that as an example to say how I felt during that time I passed to other people. Now, is this the fact that we got older and we understand them more, or it slipped our mind, or we don't think it's significant? We can forget for many different reasons, but I'm here to say we have to be conscious of our actions to break the cycle on how we had pain and the pain that we're giving to others. Because this can happen so fast. For example, I know a lot of men and I know a lot of women that said growing up they don't want to be nothing like their parents. I'm going to be there for my child. I'm going to be there for this and this, that, and the third. And they end up becoming their parent. They do not take care of that child. They do not take out the time. It's a lot of things, and I'm not being judgmental. I'm going off of the things that they say versus the things that they do. They're passing that pain on. They're passing it on, whether it's consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously. They're passing it on. And it's about breaking that cycle, because you don't want nobody to feel like you felt when you didn't have nobody. You don't want nobody to feel like that. I wouldn't wish some of the pain that I had on my worst enemy. And I know some of you can feel the exact same way. When you were going through something, you'd be like, man, I wouldn't wish this upon my enemy, let alone give it to somebody else. But that's what we do. That's why it's up to us to be conscious of our actions and constantly pay attention to what we do, what we say, and stop running from stuff. We always get in this habit of running. Like when certain things don't work out the way we want, boom, we take off. Kids not listening, boom, take off. We see this with a lot of men. Oh, I don't get along with the mother, boom, take off. Or create excuses on why I don't want to be with my child or why I can't see my child. And that's just one of the examples on how we pass pain. It can come from being abused. Next thing you know, you abusing others. You seen your mother get abused by your father. Next thing you know, you abusing your girlfriend. Why does this happen? We remember how painful it was, but yet we pass it on. It's about breaking it, though. I'm not here to judge nobody. It's about giving perspective to break the things that we do to become better. We have to be privy of all the things that we do in order to become a better person. And passing that pain is going to make somebody else start off in a deficit that you started off in. We all wish to start the next team off, the next generation off, with a better foundation than what we got. So let's not pass down this pain. If you know how you felt going through something, don't make nobody else feel that way. But in order to recognize it, you have to be conscious of it. Too many times we move in unconscious manners, where we are not privy to what we do and how we treat people. And how does that take shape in somebody? How did it take shape in us? It took shape in us so deeply that we may not even recognize that we do it to other people. Think how deep that is, to a point you won't even recognize that you causing pain to somebody else. So how do you become conscious of unconscious decisions? You have to self-reflect. You have to take a step back and think about your day and think about how certain things made other people feel. When somebody react to you, really put yourself in their position. Don't just blow it off because you feel like you're correct. You may be right, but just don't blow it off because you feel like you're correct. Put yourself in their position and ask yourself real questions on, is the way they feel justifiable? Is it justifiable? If it is, that's how you self-assess to get better. Every day. It's a process. This is a marathon. We don't just wake up one day and we way better than we were yesterday. It's a slow process. And that's what I'm talking about. And one of them is passing pain down to others consciously and unconsciously. It's our job to recognize that unconscious and fix that as well as the conscious things we need to fix. So that's what I'm saying. Take a step back, self-assess every day. At night, I sit back and think about everything that I did that day and how could I be better, and think about that. How do I put that in place tomorrow? Take some notes. What can I do?